Oh, what's this room? This is the Civil War room?
Yeah, this is the veterans meeting room.
So the insignias on the wall, they're generic for the entire Civil War Veterans Organization. It's called Grand Army of the Republic, GAR room, if they're called.
Yep, the guard.
But then
Yep.
a lot of the symbolism that is laid in with wallpaper is particular to the groups that met here. So the divisions, the cavalries, all the different areas had their own insignias, and so everybody that met here had theirs up on the ceiling.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Was that an electrical plate with the burn?
That is a plate where they would have had a coal stove plugged into it.
Okay.
So here's information when we've done some tours, when we were allowed to do tours in the building. We had folks at the high school that were very involved with Civil War, and not only taught it, but they do a Civil War days, and they're reenactors. Put up a bunch of information, and they would come up here and actually be in the garb and meet people and talk with them. The room in the back, you can see the peephole in the door. It was laid out like that was a room with a separate stairwell that probably the folks at the council or whoever ran the organization, the ruling body, let's say, would go up that stairwell and stay in there and could look at the membership out there. It was interesting because I brought a historian up here, and he's been researching guard rooms. He said, I had a feeling they were secretive, like some of the societies that were around them, but we have nothing that would ever show that. And he says, this really says a lot. So we had the state organization asked if they could come up, and they did come up, and they immediately put this room on their website because it's on the third floor, it's still existing. Some of the freestanding ones where they had a little building are still around, but most that were on the first floors or second floors have been gutted to put in stores and different things. So they were astounded. They couldn't believe these insignias were still on the walls.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
The part that we're going through now, we built. Because when we got the building, you had to go up a 3-step thing and just dive through a little hole in the wall. Literally. And we had to do all this so we could get a fire code going and have some access.
Yeah, this is a little different since when we rented from you like years ago, DJ and I, a room. Like
This wasn't like this.
This wasn't like this.
Was a ladder here?
I don't think so. This.
It was just
Makeshift
closed
steps.
off with
Yeah.
Plywood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you hit it closed
Yeah.
off.
I'll let you.
And a little bit of tape saying caution or something.
So when you turn onto the wider steps, these are the original steps. Obviously not the handrails, but the steps are original.
Okay.
So watch out.
Yeah? Somebody don't want you up here, huh?
Wow, this room is packed.
So, there are about 749 seats on the seating chart. That includes floor and balcony. That's not here.
That's not here yet.
Remember the horseshoe I told you about? They connected at the end of those timbers, did a horseshoe and went out. On the seating chart that's on the wall, there's 4 black dots. There's where these steel columns sat. So there's 4 of these columns, 2 different heights, and they supported the horseshoe for the balcony. And they probably didn't take them out because they're so heavy. You'd need a hoist or something. They're incredibly heavy. You can lift up one end if you work hard, but heavy enough they weren't going to go down the stairs with them.
All right.
So that piece that's flat out there, that's covered, that's the orchestra pit. That I said we're going to see that upstairs. So that goes down that 3 feet, and that's that indent that's in the ceiling. That's a stairwell that, it's in the, we call it the black room, the ballet room, with the black floor. All you saw was a door, and that's the door that I opened up, and I said, there's a stairwell to the Opera House. That's the second stairwell that we were down when we were talking about the young man that was probably stoking the fire. That's at the bottom of that.
Okay. I want to talk to him.
Chairs are not original. We got them from the Masons. They're of the era. And we thought that if you take them off the board they're mounted on, the footprint fits the screw holes that were in the floor perfectly. See the cast railing in that one box seat it would have been? They weren't there. The wooden railing was actually up on this one. And we ran into somebody that said, I just talked to somebody that's selling the house, and I said there's something from an old dealer in Elgin in the house. And my wife looked into it, and he said it's a piece of an old railing that they built into the house in the 70s. So, and the story is, it was changing hands. We approached the new people and said, can we buy those from you? We'll give you enough money to build a new railing. We ended up with, those were looking it out at the top of the stairwell, upside down. And there's 7 of them, so we actually took the railing down, we built that, and our one goal was to find out what the railing was to look like, so we could do that. So what are chances? So that's that box seat. So there's, you can see that's actually a walkthrough, but people did sit there. And then the 2 box seats that were connected to the balcony and the lower one. That harmonium, the keyboard that's sitting there, we found up on the catwalk, covered in straw. So that was probably used up until they closed in 1930. A lot of this, probably about a third of this year, we actually used old boards and redid it, changed the color of the original was. So you'll be interested in the area back here because there are multiple places where stagehands signed.
Oh, wow.
There's a couple show bills back here, and I'll explain how they got up there. But as you walk through here, anything coming through this first hall, from like 1930 to present day, when you get to the part that I say was covered with tin, has been covered since 1905. So anything put on there was pre-1905. Does that make sense? So, because there's a thing up here from 1935. People came up and wrote on the wall. But you're going to see some from like 1895. They're hard to see and hard to read, but
they're there.
you hit this doorway, everything, this side of it is pre-1905. So any of these signatures that you see on the side of it, yeah, Shorty Calhoun signed a lot.
He liked to sign them.
He's got one on the other side where he signed for 4 years in a row.
That's cool.
No, but I'm telling you, there were some awesome parties that went on in this place. Nope, I smell it now. I did, I just got a whiff of it.
Of what?
Whiskey.
I smelled it a few times. I didn't want to say anything.
No,
So-
I just smelled it.
I keep smelling booze.
Oh, booze?
Yeah.
We found a cool gin bottle under the floor up
I
here.
believe it.
A really nice old
figured I would-
gin bottle.
I figure
Two
I'd
bottles.
save that little information.
Yeah, well, it was stagehands. What else are you gonna do? Well, do you want me to tell you a few more things?
Sure.
Okay. The stage was added onto. I don't know if this is significant to you, but what's in here? That stone thing on the bottom didn't burn in the fire, so that was here.
Okay.
The gentleman that owned that piece of property from here to the stone building wanted 3 times its value from John Pratt, who built this, the farmer. And he wouldn't pay it. And he said, well, you can't put a theater in, you're not going to have enough space. Because John Pratt was a stubborn farmer. So he built this, walled it right here, open, ran it for 10 years. This guy tried to develop his lot, and similar to today, it wasn't large enough to do anything with. So the value went down. He about gave it to John Pratt. Pratt closed the theater, took the roof off, extended the theater, went over the stone building, added on to everything, put the roof back on, and that's when it became the Pratt Theater. Remember I said it was the Grand Opera House?
Yep.
Grand Theater? That's